Or statements you think you should be walking back? I mean, considering.
What do you mean walking back?
Well, backing up off of them. I mean, the thing is, you've lost a lot of endorsements. People are dropping you. You're getting, vilified. I mean, you might think you're right, but I think, there's a whole world out there that's condemning you for what you said.
Okay, so this right here is a chart of Universal Studios, 20th Century Fox, ABC News, CBS News, Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MTV Music Television, Nickelodeon, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Comedy Central, NBC Entertainment, Google, what else do we have? Disney, ABC Kids and Family, YouTube, Los Angeles Times, Discovery Network, Paramount Pictures, Facebook, Huffington Post, Yahoo, Marvel, Hulu, Cosmopolitan, Time, Touchstone, Associated Press, Pixar, Miramax, HBO, New York Post, LucasArts, MSNBC, DreamWorks Animation. Now the thing is, I skipped over maybe about 5 of them because it was just unclear on this list. The red are the executives that are Jewish at these companies. And the idea of DEF CON was to get protected for a time like this. Let's lead with love. I have no association to any hate group. If any hate happens upon any Jewish person, it is not associated, because I am demanding that everyone walk in love. Even though there's been things that have happened wrong to me that made me want to speak up, that you guys saw in the past 2 weeks. You saw the power. You saw Ari Emanuel come out in public and ask, if that happened in public, what do you think happened in private? And what do you think happened in private to so many people for so many years?
They told every single executive, Jewish executive, told me to drop Public Enemy and not work with them. They told every single executive, Jewish executive, told me to drop Public Enemy and not work with them.
Doctor that diagnosed me of having a disorder that would have had me on medication right now. At a time like this, if I was on medication right now, then one pill could have been swapped out and it would be Michael Jackson and Prince all over again.
Conrad Murray is simply the fall guy. This was definitely something that was premeditated, that they had planned to do, and they planned to take my brother out, and my brother knew it, and that's why he told me repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly that this was going to happen to him. He explained it to me. He explained it's because of my catalog, which is my publishing, and they're after it, and they want it, and they want their hands on it, and they want to take it away from me.
This is very important because throughout the years, black artists have been taken advantage of completely. And it's time now that we have to put a stop to this incredible injustice. It's been, the record companies really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. I really want you to hear what I have to say. The tradition of great performers, from Sammy Davis Jr. to James Brown to Jackie Wilson to Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly. The story is usually the same though. You know, these guys work really hard at their craft, but the story ends the same. They usually are broken, torn, and usually just sad, and the story is very sad in the end because the companies take advantage of them. They really do.
What I'm saying is, in business, nothing is coincidental, or you will be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
Wow.
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow.
I'm saying there's the good side and the bad side of these businesses.
We here. We here. We ain't going nowhere, baby.
Kanye 2024.
And if I ever, if I ever went anywhere, we know why. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to talk about the Jewish comment. It's actually proving the exact point that I made. So many actors been bullied behind the scenes. So you even got people like Ari Emanuel asking people to not do business with me. That's how this town has been running for so long. They'll mute you. They'll try to mute you at all costs.
But Dave Chappelle was decapitated in front of us. And until we deal with that, until we deal with the fact that a devout Muslim who doesn't eat bacon was accused of being a crackhead, until we establish the fact that they said that he went to Africa to smoke cocaine when we know they don't have running water and food over there, when they don't have paved roads over there. You saying he flew past Chicago and Miami and LA and New York and Detroit. You saying he went past Cleveland and Fort Pierce, Florida, and he went past Okeechobee and Oakland. You say he went to another country where they're not eating?
Right.
You talking about somebody who has a wife and children, 5 children, and lives on a farm, doesn't live here in Hollywood. You saying you convinced people that person was an insane crackhead? Wow. And he hasn't been on movies and TV for 8 years? Is that correct? Wow. Okay, then don't tell me about what you want to tell me about. I just watched you decapitate the king in front of me. And then act like he's supposed to catch up and be a regular comedian like everybody else. But no.
He didn't go for that.
That's not how it went. He was out there with us for 20 years. They called him Pilot Boy because he had 19 pilots in Hollywood and everybody passed on him and said his show wasn't worth it.
What do you think of
Then when he made $500 million, they said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid, so we'll offer you 10% of what you made. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are gonna say when they find out you offered me 10% of what I made you? And they said, your fans will believe that you're a crazy crackhead by the time you get home. And my nigga got on the flight in LA, and by the time he got to Ohio, it was so. And 8 years later, he hasn't been in a movie and or television. Is just now trying to do his real comeback at Radio City Music Hall. It bees like that sometimes. So now you can be the fake king or you can be the real king, but heavy is the head.
So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me? Yeah. What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take her clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? Yeah. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth.
So now I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way.
So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really?
If they can't scare you, they can't control you, they can't, they try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize
They
you.
can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody, so let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm a Christian too.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me.
That's more important thing in life.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozies, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail. And even if they did figure out a way, I'm still not backing down from what I said. It's Jewish people that did bad business.
I don't know what's this opioid thing, man.
Well, being a
so
crackhead wasn't cool back then. Being
What?
a crackhead wasn't cool. Now they seem like they're making it cool to be drinking lean and syrup and
it's
to
the
be on
most
the pill.
dangerous. It's the
Perks
most
and mollies
dangerous
and-
thing that's facing, our society.
Are you
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
But I'm saying that's hypocritical, though. You're saying the
It's
opioid problem's a problem.
opportunistic.
Yeah.
I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him. I don't even know him. So you bring his name up. I don't even know him. So
Y'all made a lot of money together.
Made a lot of
Come
money.
on, Leo. Don't do that to him.
I don't know him. I really don't.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Stay Locked In podcast. If you somehow stumbled upon this video, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button down below for more content. I got a crazy goal of about 10,000 subscribers. If you can help me manifest my goal into a reality, I would really appreciate it. With that being said, let's go ahead. Let's get right into this video. Let's go ahead and lock the in. All right. So boom. All right, let's get right into this video. Ye has officially came out and exposed the entire industry. Everything that people have been speculating and, you know, saying or you know, thinking that the industry was a certain way, he came out and exposed it to be truth. He came out and pretty much said that his mom was a sacrifice. Crazy to think about. You know, a lot of people say that Ye hasn't been the same since his mom passed, and now we see why. There's got to be a lot to deal with mentally, spiritually. That's got to be a lot to deal with. And I think he's going through a mental and a spiritual battle within himself. And, you know, that just doesn't sit right with your soul, with your mind. You know what I mean? And I think we are seeing the after effects of what that looks like. Like, this man literally came out on stage and said, you know I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. He's on record saying this on stage. But that's not blown up all over the place. A lot of people don't even know what I'm talking about. A lot of people haven't even seen that. You know, for those of you who have not seen it, I encourage you to go look that up. So, you know, a lot of people they always say that Ye is crazy. I don't believe he's crazy. I do believe he's crazy, but not in the way that most people would think and say that he's crazy. I don't think he's bipolar or anything like that. I think he's crazy in the fact that he just don't give a fuck right now about his life. That's what I think. I think he's on a mission and does not care what happens to him. By definition, that's insane. That's crazy. He brought up Michael Jackson with medication, and it would be a Michael Jackson all over again. I would not be here, is what he said. What does he know that we don't? Because as far as we know, technically, this was an accident. What happened to Michael Jackson? We know that Michael Jackson owns the Beatles catalog. His sister has publicly came out and said that they were going to do something. Michael Jackson felt and expressed to her that they were going to do something to him. And this is what he's saying. And I really think that he just does not care about his life right now. He said in several videos, especially, I don't know if y'all caught the Drink Champs interview, come and do something to me. He's inviting this type of energy. I watched a video with Choke No Joke. Shout out to Choke No Joke. Anybody who doesn't know who Choke No Joke is, excuse me, I encourage you to go look him up as well. He's a former videographer, one of the main videographers for Rockefeller Records at the time when, you know, Rockefeller was The Rock and they was popping. So he got a lot of behind the scenes footage and, you know, insight to what was going on with The Rock and, you know, the people within it, you know, beefs, the whole nine. And I seen him come out and say that he feels that Kanye is suicidal. Not suicidal in that he wants to take his own life, but he wants people to, he's inviting that type of energy. And I don't think he cares. You could look in his eyes and just tell it's just something different. You know, he exposed a lot. He talking about not only his mom being a sacrifice, but he started calling people out. Michael Jordan, his pops. We all remember the famous Michael Jordan when he went in the locker room and was crying with the ball in his hand. I remember that. When he was holding on to that ball and was crying in the locker room after he won his championship. Bill Cosby, Dr. Dre. They've all lost somebody that was extremely close to them. What is he talking about? Is he crazy? Is he crazy? I don't think he's crazy. I think he's talking a lot of truth and exposing things that most people are not willing to do. So, prayers up for Ye and his safety and his family, because he's stepping into a realm where things could happen. I mean, we've seen, and now he's talking about certain groups of people that are practicing bad business. And, he's saying that these people have their hand in everything and they control everything. And the only thing they've really done is prove him to be right. Because as soon as he says something or offers any type of criticism, he loses everything from bank accounts to deals to money to status. Everything has been stripped away from him in a matter of damn near minutes. He also exposed a trainer that he had, quote unquote trainer or handler, as he stated, that threatened to institutionalize this man, and his play dates with the kids would never be the same again. What is that? That's some sick shit, man. That's just wicked. But this is the industry that he's in. And I think he's just giving us a glimpse of what he really has to deal with. And for that man to threaten him like that is unfathomable. I couldn't even imagine his quote unquote trainer. I think it's a crazy game. It's a crazy game, man. And it's deep. It's deep. It's a lot deeper than what people see on the surface level. And we see these things in the headlines of him being arrested and whisked away in an ambulance and cuffed, and he's on medication and all these things. And now years later, we see the truth come out about what was really going on. The media is a powerful tool, man. It has the ability to make the innocent look guilty and the guilty look innocent, depending on how they want to paint it or portray it. And the fact that Ye is exposing all of this, he's risking a lot more than just losing money and status. He's risking his life right now. Real talk. It just came out. And you know what? We've seen this so many times from not only artists. We've seen this from comedians. We've seen this from Michael Jackson, Prince. Michael Jackson came out and spoke about the industry several times. And we've seen what happened to Michael. Prince came out. For those of you who don't know, he had slave written on his cheek. Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, the list goes on and on. I just don't think people are paying attention. And like I said, the media is a powerful tool. I mean, I think And it's crazy because, you know, Adidas just recently came out and said that they're gonna continue to sell Yeezys just without his name, and that he's, you know, they're gonna continue to use his designs, and they're not gonna pay him, and they're cutting all ties with him. They pretty much publicly denounced him. And if I'm such a terrible person, why do you want to continue to use my designs? How you gonna cut ties with me but continue to use my designs? That don't even make no sense. I don't know. I think this whole fiasco is crazy. And Kanye, or Ye, excuse me, he got a pair on him for doing the things that he's doing. But you guys get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about everything that's going on with him. What you think about this video. And I appreciate everybody out there for watching. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Shout out to y'all. And with that being said, I hope everybody out there stays focused, stays prosperous, and stays locked in.